This is two 0-3 teams. We have the Titans going up to face the Texans.
Mhm.
If you notice at the bottom, this is the first matchup we've ever done where I don't think anyone on either team that's listed here is a start. I don't think there's a single start on this list. It's terrible. Jake, if you were to tell me between these two offenses, which do you think is the worst offense?
Dude, they're the worst. They're both the worst.
They're both the worst.
There's
You
no
you both
comparing.
win. You both won, which is more
Honestly,
wins than they've had combined.
and it sucks because I think it was kind of expected for the Titans, right?
Yeah,
But this year's kind of been unexpected for the Texans. And that just sucks. It
we
sucks if you have CJ Stroud.
yeah.
Obviously, the run game is just super shaky. And the only person you can start is Nico Collins. And obviously, that's why we don't have him on the list because he's just a for sure start. But
Dude, but even now, I'm at the point where I almost have to consider putting him on the list where he'd still be in a start category, but the fact that he's even moved downgraded to the list tells me that this offense is so bad that it's actually hurting him.
it
This is a
is for
top
sure.
5 wide receiver that is being downgraded to maybe a top 10
Yeah.
or somewhere around that area because there's nothing there. And you said it earlier, we had hope that the Texans offense could really be better. They got a new offensive coordinator.
Mhm.
Here's the problem. Their offensive line is just as bad as last year, if not worse.
Yeah.
And without Mixon, that means the ground game's not going. Uh what happened to Jaden Higgins? What happened
No,
to Jalen
exactly.
Noel? What
Yeah.
happened to these guys that you have been propped up on this pedestal saying like, oh, we're going to be that pass offense that we were when
Mhm.
Stephon Diggs was here, when Tank Dell was around and still healthy. Stroud has thrown just as many interceptions in the last year and a half as touchdowns. He doesn't look like the same guy from his rookie year.
No, no. He's completely different from who he was his rookie year.
Yeah.
And it's got to be the offensive line, but then, you know, you don't
I've
know.
seen
You don't know if he's
I've seen him
just
in some games. He's making some bad throws now.
yeah, exactly. It's a tough one. I think this is his third season coming in the league, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Texans can't lose hope on him, obviously. Um, but if the rest of this year is really shaky, they might have some conversations. But I think I'm still holding out for Joe Mixon, baby. I think he'll come
If
back.
if
Because,
he
dude, the
comes back at
team.
all.
But honestly, though, I mean, we'll see if he does. But the team needs him. Like, I think it's not a question of will he, right? It's a question of like if he doesn't, what's gonna happen to
Dude,
the team?
how many illegal drugs are they going to put in his body to try to get him to come back?
Hmm.
They're like, dude, we got this new progressive surgery. If we just fill your leg with like cow fat or something, it will give you 3 weeks extra time to heal. Something crazy. They're gonna try to do something
Oh
insane
yeah,
to
for
just
sure,
get him out there. I
for
mean,
sure.
but that's what's so. This is an 0-3 matchup on both teams.
Mhm.
Nobody here wants to go 0-4. Losing to the other loser in your division, like this is a must win for both sides.
Yeah.
On the Titans, it's a little different because it's kind of been the same since the get go.
Mhm.
But I do like Io Manor. I think he's a guy that we should watch the development of because he's starting to create a bit of a consistent role for himself. Because they're facing such a good defense, which is the exact opposite of the Texans' offense. You just kind of have to bench everyone on the Titans for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Ridley,
agree.
I hate you. Not as
Yeah,
a
well,
person, but I hate your production.
it's so interesting that Io Manor's kind of even looking to maybe surpass Ridley, um, because Io Manor's actually catching the ball. You know, it it's interesting what's happening here. As an Io Manor fan, because I picked him up, I believed in that man. It's exciting, but for anyone who has Ridley,
They're paying him around $90
it's
million.
gotta suck. That's gotta suck. And I feel like you can't lose hope in Tony Pollard too, man. Like, he's still the only guy basically in this backfield. Okay.
Yeah.
With Tajay Spears still hurt. The only thing with him, and this is why he's a sit, I think, is because they don't make it in the end zone enough for him to get touchdown. He would be the touchdown guy. He would actually be fantasy relevant if they could actually produce.
And in a game like this against this type of defense, it's touchdown or bust. And if I don't even think they're going to get into the end zone, Joey Sly alert.
That's another shout out to Joey Sly.
I think he might get 20 points in this game.
Dude, if he's on the waiver wire, he's definitely not, because he's
over under 5 field goals.
Yeah. Dude, overall,